Coach, that was obviously a tough result the other night against West Virginia. What differences did you see in your team tonight to earn the victory against TCU?
Well, I thought our guys, put themselves in the same position in the second half, but I thought we did a much better job of closing. They made a good run. They're, of course, a very talented team, but I thought our guys did a better job of following the game plan, sticking to the things we wanted to do to kind of finish the game out. And so I thought that was big. The biggest difference from the West Virginia game and the TCU game was the ability to understand how to sustain and finish.
Coach, when we spoke last game, that was the beginning of a 3-game losing streak, and you said the team needs to fight out of it. TCU did not lead at all tonight. What did you see from your team's fight?
I thought we showed a lot of fight tonight, a lot of grit. They're a tough team. They're physical. They have a well-balanced attack offensively, and so they rebound the ball well. And I thought we had to match that in all those phases, and I thought our guys did. I thought we came with a desperation, and you have to have that this time of year. That's what makes college basketball so special. It's the desperation that you have to have coming down the stretch in February, and we had it. I thought we played that way from the opening tap, and we continued it throughout most of the game.
You said that the team needed to regroup and respond after last game. How did they do that tonight?
I thought we did it by executing. I thought offensively, I thought we really moved the basketball and shared it. I thought you always tell by assist number how well we're doing on the offensive end when we're connecting. I thought we did that. It was hard to say who scored. It was kind of we scored, throughout the night. And that was really good to see. And then defensively, especially the first half, I thought we did a terrific job defensively of understanding what we wanted to do with the game plan. And guys were flying around and making plays like I like to see. And, of course, JaMychal Steele, I thought he gave us a huge lift, obviously, him coming back. He adds so much to us, not just the rebound and the defense, but just the intangibles of the game. He just brings, that extra. He's a leader. He knows how to play. He knows who he is as a player. So it's good having him back.
Talking more on that defense, you guys were able to hold them to 18% from beyond the three. What did you see differently tonight from this team? Because especially in that West Virginia game, you guys kind of let up in the second half at a 3-point line.
I thought our focus was better. I thought like I said, our concentration was better, during those stretches in the second half, when they started making a run. They made several runs, and then team's going to do that. Team's going to get momentum just like we had momentum. It's what do you do? How do you change that momentum? How do you, get back on track to doing the things you were doing to be successful? I thought we were able to do that in the second half in this game.
Coach, Jordan Burks, obviously, he had a career high, 23 points, 7 rebounds. What a game he had. Talk us through some of the things that, you spoke to him at halftime or just some words that you had throughout the game.
Well, I was happy for Jordan. Jordan has practiced well, and it's good to see, when players practice, I like to see him go out and have success to kind of validate the work that you're putting in. And so he works very hard, and it's good to see him get rewarded out there by the type of play he had, because I think he did a great job. Of course, he made shots, and he's a good shooter, but I like the fact that he was active on the boards. He had 7 rebounds. He really helped us there against a very physical front line. So, I was really, proud of his effort and the way he played tonight.
And just quickly, were you trying to scheme up something for Jordan? Obviously, TCU very physical at the top of the key, at the perimeter. They set a lot of doubles. That left Jordan open a lot. Was that something that you were looking for at the start of the game?
We just wanted to play off each other. We just really wanted to play off each other, to let the ball find the guy who has a great opportunity, and we play that way. And just trust your teammates. Everyone trusting everyone on the floor. Tonight it found Jordan. It could easily find Riley. It could find Themis. It could find a number of our players. George Beal. But the main thing is just keep playing for each other out there. And that's the way we want to have our team. That's the way UCF basketball should play.
Johnny, when TCU made that 9-0 run in the second half, I asked JaMychal Stillwell about it. He said you called the timeout and you told them the players, basketball gods gave them a second chance maybe to kind of prove themselves. What happened on Saturday night. Was that kind of your thought process when you saw them making that run, maybe to kind of calm everyone down?
No, absolutely. Having been in that situation as a player before myself, and in it a number of times as a coach as well, you know what can be going through the player's mind during that time. And you want to make sure you ease their minds and understand it's still going to be about executing. It's still going to be about your effort out there. And I thought our guys were able to kind of regroup during that timeout and come back out with the right mindset.
Coach, you held TCU to just 34% shooting in the first half. Just what was working for you guys on that end of the floor, and maybe just share a message with the team before the game and focus on that?
We just really concentrate on how we need to defend. Every team comes out with a game plan, and our game plan was to make sure we understood who their personnel was and try to defend them accordingly. and I thought we did a good job of that in the first half.
Coach, you got back in the win column, but still a lot of work to be done. You got to keep your feet on the gas. How do you, tell these guys, we still have a ways to go here?
Absolutely, we're a long way from over. We have 5 more league games to go, and in every place we're going to play, and every team that'll come here will be very, very good, and they'll be playing with a desperation as well. So we have to understand that, and we have to look at that as a challenge for us as well. And so our guys are, they should enjoy this tonight, and they should enjoy this. But come tomorrow morning, they should wake up, and it should be a reset, and let's start preparing for our next opponent.
We saw Riley Kugel tweak something in the final minute. I know he needed some help to get off the floor. Do you have, I know it's really early, do you have an update on what happened to Riley?
I'm not sure, of quite what happened. I'm sure he's probably getting treatment right now. He's probably with our trainer, so I'll find out after I leave here kind of what his status is and exactly what happened.
With where TCU's in the standings, you're going to see a bunch more of these games over these last 5 with teams that are kind of jockeying for position, whether it's in the Big 12, whether it's for the bigger national picture. How do you approach that with your team and kind of managing maybe the pressure that comes with these closing games as you try to position yourself for the postseason or for the Big 12 tournament?
Well, what we want to do is we want to continue to take it one game at a time. I won't look past our next opponent, and I don't want my players looking past our next opponent. That's all that we can control. It's our preparation for what we're going to play next, and then we move forward from there. And hopefully we'll take the lessons tonight. Like I said last game, we got to take the lessons that we'll learn, try to apply them going forward, try to make the improvements necessary as we play our next opponent. So whether we play well or play poorly, there are going to be lessons to be learned that we have to, gather the information, teach, and then go in the game, and hopefully we're making improvements in those areas.
Coach, we didn't see Carmelo Pacheco tonight. You mentioned that he was going through the concussion protocol. Just what's his status on him, and then what was it like to see George Beal step up and take his place and they had a sharpshooter role tonight?
Well, definitely, but Carmelo's has been terrific for us this season. Definitely missed him as well. Right now he's still day to day, so we'll see where he is as his week continues. But great young man, and I'm sure when he's ready, he'll be able to come back and continue to help contribute into our program.
Coach, a common theme that we heard after Saturday's matchup was we need to get back to playing UCF basketball. Did you see the Knights do that tonight?
I did. I talked about us connecting and playing, just really, playing selfless. The ball was moving, guys played off each other. Like I said, they had energy and they found the right people, and that's what you want to see happen. I thought defensively we were locked in for the majority of the game. So that's UCF basketball. It's, defend at a high level, being focused on what you have to do defensively and offensively playing for each other. If you do those 2 things right there, I would call it UCF basketball.
What do you think of Coach Jamie Dixon? He talked about how you get to go way back. You were in the same draft class. He met you at a coaching clinic at Pepperdine, I believe, in the 90s. Just kind of what are your early memories of Coach Jamie Dixon?
One, and you guys already know this. He's a flat-out coach. You saw him at Pitt. You see him here. How long he's been in our game. That's not easy in this profession, as we all know. So it speaks to who he is as a coach and as a person. And then, of course, you look at his teams, the way they play. Pretty much you can close your eyes. They're going to be gritty. They're going to be tough. They're going to be well coached. They're going to execute. That's where he's been. Every place he's been, it's been that way. And so I have a lot of respect for him. And of course, we're the same age, basically. So, always, with your peers like that and guys that you come up during the same time, there's going to be a fondness there because there's relationships that go way, way back. So I always follow him and root for his teams and his program.
Johnny, you guys are going on the road now, probably 5 days in Utah as you prepare to take on the Utes on Saturday. Then you got BYU after that. How do you keep this team, during that stretch? How do you keep everyone kind of fixed in and locked in, when you're away from home and getting ready for that road test? Well, we really need, the one thing, we need to do is we need to make sure we spend some quality time together on the road. I think it's very important because, at least when you're on the road, there's not as many distractions from the standpoint. It's just us really wherever we are. So it gives us the time to kind of spend some time together, continue to get to know each other. As much as we're talking about this team's been together, 8 months? It's not like, you keep these guys for, 4 years anymore. So the time that we're there, we'll spend more time together, which I think helps us, on the court because you're building relationships. You start to gain more trust in each other and what you do. And I think that time's invaluable, even during this time of the year, just being together in those situations. And
whether it's telling stories or laughing and, you know, with each other or game prep. I think it's important for us to spend that quality time with each other.
Last one.
Yeah, Coach, obviously, despite the win, getting back on track, was there anything you saw out there that you weren't happy with?
You know, I thought, really, our standards are very high at what we do. So I definitely, see areas that we have to improve in, that we're going to, continue to talk about tomorrow well, not tomorrow, because we're off tomorrow, but the following day when we get together. We'll, discuss some things that we got to improve. But I'm going to take a look at the film and break it down before I make those comments, because I want to see exactly, making sure, it's what I saw was correct. Because, you can start seeing stuff off the cuff in the game and then watching it. Oh, he really did do that well. He was actually in the right place. Or that possession, it was better than I thought it was. So we'll take a look and before I start to figure out exactly how I want to approach it.
Perfect. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
How quickly do